I'm Nick from Mount Charles RV. We're at Black Rocks Ford in Wodonga and we've just picked up the next generation Ford Ranger Wildtrak and we are about to build this into the ultimate off-road touring vehicle. We're going to take this to HICAT for the Canopy, ARB for the 4x4 accessories, then Mount Charles RV for the fit out. Let's get it on the road and build the ultimate off-road tourer.
We have just rolled up at HICAT in Albury and we are about to start the first part of our build. We're going to remove the tub and put a canopy on it, and we've got Wal here from HICAT. Wal, tell us what you're going to build for our Ford Ranger.
Last time we had you guys here, we built the same sort of thing, so it was a chassis mount, but we built what we call a Hammersley. This time we're going to build you guys what we call a roebuck canopy. It's got area for a fridge, it's got plenty of storage, pull-out bench. The thing that sets it apart from the other canopies though, we've got a dog cage. If they don't have a dog, that area gets used for storage of things like firewood.
We've finished the build of this vehicle and we are now going to show you exactly what we've done to it and reveal the total cost of this build. First thing we did was send this vehicle down to HICAT. We wanted to put the canopy on it first, see how it sat, and then after that we took it down to ARB, our local store in Albury, and then we could fit the suspension to handle the weight of the canopy. So I'm going to start here with the base vehicle. There's a lot on it, so we'll need some documentation to get me through it. The list is extensive. This is a 2022 Ford Ranger Wildtrak, 3-litre V6 next generation, 10-speed automatic. It is beautiful to drive. We've actually done 10,000 kilometres in this car now on the high country trip and Fraser Island, and it is comfortable and superb to drive. We have the ARB Summit Bar. the Xeon 10,000 pound winch, the ARB Summit side rails and steps, which are all integrated into the bar, which is great. We've also done a Frontier 140 litre fuel tank. The standard fuel tank in this is 80 litres, so that extra does make a big difference. It's got ARB underbody protection, ARB recovery points front and rear, ARB intensity driving lights, safari snorkel, ARB base rack on the cab, ARB BP51 suspension. That's a bypass suspension with upgraded springs as well. We've also got the ARB twin compressor built into the canopy, the MaxTrax mounting kit on the top. We've gone for 8 MaxTrax, that's 4 for the vehicle and 4 for the vans if we're towing a tandem, and a GME UHF radio. The total cost spent at ARB on this vehicle was $28,000. And the base vehicle cost us $76,000 on the road. So it's already starting to add up. Let's move on to the canopy. If you have been watching our YouTube channel, you will know that we've recently travelled around Australia in a Land Cruiser 300 series, towing a Mountain Trail Alex V6.2 caravan. One thing that we really felt we needed was a canopy. If you can have a canopy like this, you can be completely independent. There's a fridge in it, it's got storage, you can carry tools rather than floating around in the back of a wagon. So this is really important for an off-road tourer, and I'm excited to show you what's inside of it. This canopy has been made by HICAT right here in Albury. It's all made in-house, laser cut, CNC pressed, and TIG welded out of 3mm aluminium, and then powder coated locally in Albury as well. What I really like about having a canopy is how organised and stacked and racked you can be. So for example, this is a drawer here, and we had in there snacks, quick items on the road with the film crew, jump out, grab them, even coffee, things like that. Down here we have a slider preparation bench, and you would have seen us using that in Fraser Island, where Heidi made some snacks for us all, and we all hung around here and that was really good. Another part that I like is across the back we've left it completely open. So we can put big things in there like swags or big long items. We have an 85 litre refrigerator, and over here we have our Red Vision. So this is the control. This is what we put in at Mountain Trail RV. So I'm going to double tap that, and now you can see over here I've got my circuits. It's got a D in it, that's driver side lights. Internal lights, P is passenger side, that's this side. I is internal lights, R is the rear work light. 12V is 12 volts, so that's the USBs and auxiliary accessory points we have in here. This is the rooftop tent. The rooftop tent, this is powered, we'll get into that in a moment. And if I scroll down, refrigerator, and then the inverter. The inverter in this is 3000 watt. And we also have our water tanks down here as well. So on this, we have one water tank. Then I can scroll across, and I can look at what's going in charge-wise. This is Red Vision by Red Arc. So it gives you complete control. You can also see charge logs. So right there is the hour charge log. Then we've got the day charge log, and we have over here our MG per day. So we can actually monitor what's going on. And down the bottom behind the wheel arch, we have our ARB installed compressor. What that means is, if we let our tyres down for beach driving or sand or rocks, we can actually pump it up on our own without going to the service station and relying on anyone else. At the back of the canopy, we have our fuel holder, our ladder, and this latches like this, swings down, and we can climb up into the rooftop tent, which we'll show you shortly. We have a spare wheel, and we also have a trundle drawer. So the trundle drawer is underneath, it slides out like that, and then we can lift this up, and we've put carpet in this one, and we've got our fittings for our air compressor, and also a nice flat workbench if you need a workbench there as well. Down here we have our Anderson plug. That's a 50 amp Anderson connector which we connect to our trailers and our caravans, giving charge through to the caravan from the vehicle's alternator. We've got a 12-pin plug here for our trailer connections, and we've also put in another auxiliary solar input. So if you do have a solar blanket, you can plug it in here and it goes straight to the Red Arc, give you a charge. Now this tow bar is the factory tub bar that came with the Ford Ranger Wildtrak. In my opinion, it hangs down a little bit low. You can get a different tow bar. Heyman Reese make one called X bar, which it actually is a lot higher and then it hangs down. We've also relocated the rear camera as well. So this is our reverse camera, which looks down on the tow bar if we're reversing up to our caravan. Let's check out the driver's side of this canopy. At the back, we have another door that lifts up, and we have another drawer. So in this drawer here, we carried tools on our trips. Down here, we have another service area, storage, all fully sealed as well. Then over here, we've got our inlet, 240 inlet. So if we pull up at a caravan park, we can actually plug this in and it will charge the battery in the back of the canopy, which is running the fridge and all the other accessories in there. We've fitted that all out here at Mount Trail RV. Now, over here, this, I wasn't sold on it when Walt told me about it when he was describing this canopy. This is called the Roebuck canopy, but I'm so sold on this and I probably would not have another canopy without it. It became so useful, and I'll show you what for. It is vented. They call it a dog box, so you could put a pet in here if you wanted to, but we used it for firewood on the way in. We collected firewood, filled it up, it's a dirty area, it's got drain holes in it, and then we used it for rubbish coming out. So really valuable space to have something like this built into your canopy. It's time to check out the rooftop tent. Very simple, we unlatch each side. Last year when we were traveling around Australia, we went to Alice Springs to the Finke Desert Race, and Heidi and I were looking at rooftop tents. We did choose Bundutec Rooftop Tents. We looked at these and we said they're good, they look nice, have a beautiful wing on them, and they're an electric setup. As you know, we're in manufacturing and make a camper trailer called the EDX V2, where we see router cut all of our own fabric. When Heidi and I first saw these tents, we could see the absolute quality in it. Look at the way the fabric all sits, and also it's got this automatic awning that comes out with it when you press the button and raise it. And that's really good if you've got an area where it's could be a bit dewy at night time, you want some air to come into it, you know the water's not going to drip down onto the sidewall. Another good quality feature I like about this is how well it's finished inside and the options it has in it. So it has USB points, it has fans to recirculate air out of there, and it also has a lot of weight that you can put on top of the roof. And on this one, we put 300 watts of solar panels, which keeps this camper going. If you are looking for a really good high quality rooftop tent, we strongly recommend Bundutec Bungutop. Time to reveal the total cost of this vehicle as it sits right now. So we know the base vehicle is $76,000. The ARB accessory is $28,000. The canopy is $30,000 from HICAT, and that is actually really good value because it does have a lot in there. And I'm going to refer to my notes here. It is the chassis mounted Roebuck canopy. It has a front driver's side cage wood box, which I talked about earlier. It's really, really good. It has rear driver's side slide out drawer on the other side, has a rear trundle door at the back. It has a spare wheel carrier, a ladder and a lockable jerry can holder on the rear. It has a passenger side drawer with separate slide out preparation bench at the back. It's got an 85 litre upright Bushman refrigerator. It has a canopy mounted roof rack, a 65 litre poly water tank, a directional steady light on the back, and central locking upgrade, all done from HICAT, so that is included in it. At Mount Trail RV, we fitted out the canopy with our own electrical system, and in that we have the RedArc 30 BMS manager, RedArc Red Vision interface, 200 amp hour lithium battery, a 3000 watt pure sine wave inverter, internal LED lights, canopy door lights, USB and auxiliary charging sockets, 6 dual 240 volt GPO outlets, a 240 volt inlet for charging, and a 300 watt solar mounted panels on the rooftop tent. That is a cost of $20,000. In addition to this, we also changed the wheels to dynamic 18x9 Icon wheels fitted with Mickey Thompson Baja Boss 285 70 17-inch tyres, which are a 33-inch tyre. The total cost of this vehicle is $166,000. I hope you've enjoyed watching this build video. Please make sure you like it and subscribe to our channel because we do have more build videos coming out in the future. Thanks for watching.